Well, I didn't think the Patriots offense could get any worse, but it actually can, as the Patriots lose today 6-0 against the Chargers. We lose by not scoring a single point at home. We couldn't even get a measly field goal as we end the game, like I said, with 0 points. Bailey Zappi starts instead of Mac Jones, and the same old thing happened to me. The wide receiver core for the Patriots is god awful. The O-line today was god awful. When you talk about the Chargers getting 5 or 6 sacks in the whole entire second half of the game, we got Micah Winner giving up sacks. We got Khalil Mack destroying us. Eric Kendricks coming from the dead, coming out to just absolutely just kill us. We got, what's his name, David Andrews, the center, getting worked as well. Derwin James had a sack for them as well. The O-line today was just not good. A lot of screen passes, a lot of Bailey Zappi having to get out of plays and be elusive and things like that. Not a lot of just sitting back in the pocket and letting him air it out. And when he did air it out, Tyquan Thornton dropped the football. Like, what are we doing? And then he had a nice dot to Devontae Parker, but Devontae Parker obviously couldn't get 2 feet down right at the tail end of the fourth quarter. Defense giving up 6 points to Justin Herbert, even without Mike Williams and other guys as well. Keenan Allen was doing his thing against us. Austin Eckler, that man that man running wise is washed. Like the Patriots have one of the most underrated run defenses in the NFL, but Austin Eckler as a runner is washed. There's a reason why the Chargers didn't give him a contract extension, because that man is washed. Like, I even slipped through Twitter and see Chargers fans talking about it. He's washed, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the running back market is low, because you see a guy like Austin Eckler, the guy was a stud, and now he's just washed. I don't know. He's still good as a receiving back. I saw a clip of him the other day because I have him in fantasy football as well, so I don't think I'm just hating on Eckler just to hate on him. I have him in fantasy football as well, so I'm a fan of Austin Eckler. But he was literally running. He had a nice play. He was literally running like a fullback on Monday Night Football, or not just televised game, but whatever the hell it was. Sunday Night Football maybe. The game against the Ravens, I believe. What are we doing? You feel what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and talk about Bailey Zappi today, as he went 13 of 25 with 141 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. We did have a unfortunate fumble today from Amari Stevenson, and he was cooking early on, and then he fumbled, then he ended up returning for the rest of the game. I do think we have a better chance of winning this game with Amari Stevenson. Not that Zeke played a bad game. It's just Amari Stevenson is just a much better player overall. Zeke today, 17 carries, 52 yards. Ramondre, just in that one first quarter, had 9 carries for 39 yards. Tyquan Thornton, the rookie, who I've been calling a bust the last couple of weeks, but it's always been kind of hurt in my heart. He has been a bust. But he had a nice 39-yard end around, and he shut off that burst of speed. I need his hands. Hey, you have the speed, Tyquan Thornton. We know that. We need to see your hands in motion. Pause. We need to see you catch, pause, the ball. We need to see you be elusive. You were supposed to be this downfield threat with no Demario Douglas, with no Kendrick Bourne. You were supposed to have a big time game, and he just simply did not. Instead of a 39-yard play, Bailey Zappi ran the ball 4 times today for 16 yards. He had a nice first down. He also is a lot more elusive in getting out of sacks, even though I tweeted that out, and then he got sacked 6 times or 5 times second half of the game. He's a lot more elusive than Mac Jones. Mac Jones sees his pressure and he just instant sack. Not even trying to get out. Not even trying to throw it out of bounds. Nope. Just sack me. Pause again. And then you got Ty Montgomery. One of his rare carries of the season. We had 1 carry today for 2 yards. You got Devontae Parker, who actually looked like a alright receiver today for one. I'll give him some credit. Devontae Parker today, 4 catches for 64 yards. Zeke was going crazy on those screen plays. 4 for 40 for him. Hunter Henry, 2 for 15. He also had a drop, I guess, on a third down, even though it was a little of a bad throw by Bailey Zappi. Jalen Reagor, 1 for 11. I believe he almost muffed the punt on punt return. I don't know why we have him on punt return. If Tyquan Thornton isn't running both punt return or kick return, why is he on the team? He's there for his speed. No Marcus Jones, no Demario Douglas, no Kendrick Bourne. Those are the 3 guys in particular for speed that would have any punt return or kick return. And you don't have Tyquan Thornton out there. I guess he's injury prone. You want to keep him to play wide receiver, but he's not even really doing anything as a wide receiver. So put him on kick return, punt return. Utilize his speed. But Belichick, you fucking special teams stand. Like, that man loves his special teams, man. Juju Smith-Schuster. Hate him over Jacoby Myers, which I'm not going to hate on because at the moment I didn't hate, so I'm not going to hate it now. 1 reception today for 11 yards. Ramondre, 1 reception today for 0 yards. Tyquan Thornton, no receptions for no yards. Like, we got to be better. The defense today, though. J.C. Jackson made some plays. Jonathan Jones made some plays. Tavai made some plays. We got Uche with a sack. A lot of guys I want to shout out on this defense. Jabril Peppers had a nice moment. So did Mac Wilson. Miles Bryant had a nice pass breakup. I don't know if he was the last guy to give the catch to the practice squad player for the Chargers, but that was pretty good. Jalen Mills had a good game today. Mapu made a nice play. That's also just off the top of my head. And like I said, we only had 1 lone sack today from Uche, and I don't know why they didn't classify that as a sack apparently on ESPN, but Uche did have a sack. I guess they counted it as like a tackle for loss or a tackle for gain. I don't know. But Bryce Behringer today, it's sad I have to shout him out every single video because he's unironically one of our best players. 7 punts, 321 yards, an average per punt of 45.9 yards, and 3 punts inside of the 20. It was really a punt off between him and J.K. Scott. I believe J.K. Scott, formerly out of Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Former Packer. I do know that, though. Herbert. We've been saying a lot about Herbert. I've watched bits and pieces of Justin Herbert this season and about his wide receivers and his receiving core is selling. We saw it of Keenan Allen, and we saw it again. We saw a drop from Quentin Johnston. We saw a drop at the end of the game from Donald Parham, and didn't end up being anything but to get the Patriots offense. Couldn't even score against a terrible Chargers secondary. Their D-line is not bad. Guys like Khalil Mack, the linebacking core. They have guys. Okay, I just saw an Ian Rappaport tweet. I just saw that Tank Dell unfortunately suffered a fractured fibula. He's headed to IR. Damn, that is tough. That is very, very tough. But Herbert today, he looked all right. He didn't look great. Herbert did not play a good game. He could have played a better game if Johnston caught that pass and parred him as well, but he didn't really play that well. Let's just call that how it is. Herbert today, 22 of 37, 213 yards. Austin Eckler, like I said, running the ball, he looks washed, ladies and gentlemen. 14 carries, 18 yards. Joshua Kelly, damn, why I couldn't get that out. 6 carries for 16 yards, and Herbert ran the ball 4 times today for -5. He had a play on like 3rd or 4th down where he literally looked like he was in hand the ball off to Eckler, and he took it himself, and we're like, just blew that play up. Love to see that. Keenan Allen today did his thing. 5 catches today for 58 yards. Quentin Johnson, people can call him the bus. They dropped it over Zay Flowers, Puka Nacua. Who else am I missing? Tank Dell, JSN, like Jordan Addison. Do I need to go on? I mean, it's looking bad. It's looking bad, ladies and gentlemen. Jaden Reed. I mean, hold on. I actually think I have a full-on list about all the wide receivers that are drafted over Quentin Johnson. Who was it again? It was Quentin Johnson, who was the first, and it was Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, Jaden Reed, Rashee Rice, Tank Dell, Josh Downs, Michael Wilson, and Puka Nacua has been the best out of all of them in terms of almost having 1,000 receiving yards already, even with the return of Cooper Kupp, who hasn't really looked like himself. Let's be honest. I had a bench today on my fantasy football league. So, yeah. Quentin Johnson today, though, 5 catches for 52 yards. Everett, 4 for 44. Erickson, the practical wide receiver, who literally iced the game with a dagger as he caught the pass, and then they just ran out the clock. That was pretty disappointing. But at the end of the day, Patriots, I'm numb to them losing, which if you asked me that a couple years ago, maybe won the Super Bowl because the Rams 13-3 in 2019, I would have called you insane because all I knew my whole life as a Patriots fan was winning. Now we know losing, especially this season as we are now 2-10. But we have the chance of, I believe, getting the number 2 overall pick if the Cardinals hold on to beat the Steelers today, even though their game right now is, I believe, delayed as I make this video due to inclement weather for the second time, beginning of the 3rd quarter, and then they played like half the 3rd quarter, and then it also went back to, I believe, the rain in the Steelers game climate weather, so that's pretty tough. Gerald Everett today, like I said, for 4 for 44. Erickson 1 for 24. He had the dagger on us. Parham 2 for 12. He had the drop. Eckler 2 for 9. Like I said, he's looking washed. Kelly, Joshua Kelly, the backup running back, 2 for 9. Jalen Guyton 1 for 5 as well. Derwin James today had a sack, so did Eric Kendricks, the former Minnesota Viking. 2 sacks today from Khalil Mack, the third consecutive week he's had 2 sacks. He is still that guy. Don't get it messed up. Justin Hollins with a sack today, and they punted the ball today 8 times, even more than us, with J.K. Scott for 368 yards, 46 yards per punt, and 7 punts inside the 20. And I was going to say, and then their kicker, Cameron Dicker the kicker, as they like to call him, made both of his field goals, and the longest of them was 38 yards, and he literally won them the game with his feet as he made 2 field goals. They didn't score a single touchdown. It was a single touchdown the whole entire game for both teams, and the Patriots still see themselves losing, as the Patriots end up having more yards than them overall, 257 to their 241. We end up with less passing yards, though. The fact that we finished off the game with 109 passing yards is downright asinine to their 212. We had 148 rushing yards without Ramondre Stevenson for the first, from the beginning of the first quarter for the remainder of the game. 148 to their 29. Like, the run defense is good. We gave up 2 field goals and we still couldn't win the game. Like, that is downright disgusting. I don't know who starts this game for the Patriots next week. Is it Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, maybe a guy like Will Greer, Malik Cunningham? I don't know. Was it Malik Mania time? I don't know. Then yards per play today, we had 4.1 to their 4. First downs, we had 12 to their 13. On third down, we were 4 for 14. They were 5 for 15. On fourth down, we were 1 for 3, and they were 0 for 0. We had 62 plays to their 61. We gave up 5 sacks to their 0, which was massive. We punted the ball 7 times. They punted the ball 8. We got 3 penalties today for 14 yards. They had 4 for 20. We lost the fumble with Ramondre Stevenson at the beginning of the game, as he ended up leaving the game with an injury, unfortunately. We both didn't throw a pick. We had more time possession, 31 minutes and 10 seconds to their 28 minutes and 50 seconds. And we still saw ourselves losing this game. Now, next week, we go up against the Steelers, who right now are in a hell game with the Cardinals, who are one of the worst teams in the NFL, even though they just got Kyler Murray back. That is going to be an absolute troll game. You have a Thursday night football game. I don't know who willingly is watching that game in 4 days. I'll be watching it because I'm a Diehard Patriots fan. I'm here through the thick and the thin, ladies and gentlemen, as always. But you literally have to be insane to be watching this Patriots offense willingly. Like, you have to pay me to watch this offense right now. If I'm not a Patriots fan, but I am, so I'm here through the thick and thin. I think I made a tweet. You need to pay me to watch this Patriots offense. Like, what things I'm doing, wasting my time for free, is insane. Like, of course, I have the game up on this monitor right here, but I have other games right here on my other monitor. Thankfully, because I was just watching the Patriots all day, I would go insane. But thankfully, we got some good football. We got some Lions on there. We got some troll Jets and Falcons. We got some good football on this monitor right here. This monitor right here, not good ball. Not good ball. Not good ball. Pats are 2-10. Let's go ahead and look at Tankathon and look where the Patriots are at right now. Let me go ahead also and see if the Steelers game is also back. And no, the game is still delayed. The 7-4 Steelers are down to the 2-10 Cardinals, 17-3. I believe they have the football, if I'm not mistaken. If we look at it right now, the Patriots right now, look at Tankathon. We are tied for the second pick in the 2024 NFL draft order right now, currently behind the 1-10 Panthers, and then it's us. But by strength of schedule, I believe we have the pick now, right? Because it goes by what I forgot. Does it go by the higher strength of schedule or lower strength of schedule? I would think the higher strength of schedule. So maybe Cardinals at number 2, maybe we're number 3, maybe we're number 3 when they're number 2, maybe we're number 2 when they're number 3. I don't know. I think we're number 2 right now. I think it goes by the lowest strength of schedule because it says 2-10 us and 2-10 them, but we're 2 and they're 3. I don't know. I'm just kind of just spitballing right now. The Commanders, who just lost, they went out absolutely pathetically bad to the Dolphins today. They are 4-9 and they're 4th. Bears, who just won, they're 4-8 and they're 5th. Giants are 4-8 and they're 6th. The Bucks are 4-7 and they're 7th. The Jets are 4-7 and they're 8th. The Titans are 4-7 and they're 9th. After I forgot, I didn't get to see the last game. I don't know if they end up winning or losing that game. And the Vegas Raiders are 5-7 and they are 10th and last. So they're actually tied right now, 25-25. They have the ball on their 22 with a minute 8 to go. So I guess we'll find out after I end up uploading this video if the Titans end up winning the game and end up either going up or down. But yeah, Pats lose 5th consecutive loss in a row for the first time since, like I said, I think I said on the broadcast, like since like 1990, which is actually kind of sad, to be honest. And the Patriots' downfall is officially here. But hey, at least we'll have a nice pay to work with. You have a shit ton of money to spend this offseason. Hopefully, Bill Belichick and remove himself from the GM position. We can get a competent GM in recent memory. Get some free agents to come over here, draft correctly, and go ahead and do our thing, because whew, it is looking bad this season. But again, with all of our success, it's easy to go ahead and have one of these seasons because we've been blessed with so much. We've been spoiled with so much success that we can go ahead and just exhale because we can relax. We can relax. We're not a poverty franchise. We're one of the greatest franchises in NFL and in sports history. We can deal with a terrible year and I'll be completely fine, okay? But other than that, yo, that is pretty much it. Go down below, drop a like, comment down below. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. It's your boy John. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.